I'll say love is I had a point. Love is
You are loved. Hello guys, welcome back to our episode.
After kuya hours unaweza sikia content imeanza kupotea.
Nipe utabai wengine na mama.
Nika lose.
Sorry. Nipe hii.
No.
Guys, as you can see, this episode is about love and she cannot show me any love.
Anyway guys, welcome back to LK Podcast. I'm your host Lynette.
And I'm your host Chengo.
Yeah, that's just how dramatic we are. But guys, hata nyinyi mjona nimeumizwa roho.
Pole. I apologize.
No,
How did you
speak the way you were speaking.
The same nilikuwa na guys.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Please. Can you get serious?
Get serious. Hi guys, welcome back to the LK Podcast. I'm your host Lynette.
And I'm your host Chengo.
Yeah, this is our 5th episode.
Yes, so the consistency now.
In a row, man. This
Imagine. Guys, today's episode, since it's a month of love, we are gonna do just a short thing for love.
Yeah. Lovers in the building.
Woo! First of all, how did you spend your Valentine's?
Wow, thanks for asking.
Just concerned.
Anyway, I went out with friends and I enjoyed and it was such a wholesome evening. Yeah. And you, how did you spend your Valentine's?
On Saturday I went and visited a friend.
That's nice. For today's episode, I think we're just gonna talk about love. We're gonna title it So This Is Love. I know mkona traumas za Sofia na Bambi, but here I promise. So I think 7 things we've learned in our 20s and early 20s mostly about love. So I know for last season we did an episode on The Beauty and the Beast. It was a nice episode.
Yeah.
If you've not watched it, go and
it was
watch
such a beautiful episode.
Yeah.
I think it was actually my favorite episode for last season.
Yeah. So for me, I think the first thing I've learned about love is that love is really not an emotion. It's a repeated sequence of things that somebody does to you. Like a sequence of actions that somebody does towards you. Yes, the emotion might be there, but how you know about the emotion is through the actions. So for example, please, if we have been together previously, do not do not file a lawsuit. I am allowed to give my share of the story. So for example, if you're with somebody, if always you guys are going out now, it's one party who's always late. The first time, the second time. Then that passes a message. It might not be love, like that's not the full definition of love. She's laughing because she knows something. Lakini kama ni wewe unifanya hivyo. Hata wewe sasa hebu fikiria hiyo maneno.
I hope we sat down and thought about what you.
If you had somebody who was doing that on a like repeated basis, that's actually I mean that one action is love, but surely hata wewe nikuulize, if somebody was doing that to you, then you'd question the love they have for you, right? Yeah, so I think for me that's one. I think that's the first thing I've learned about love in my early 20s, that love is a repeated sequence of actions.
Okay. For me, second one, I'd say from my experience, loved up here, and it's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
I had like a very nice first relationship, and it was beautiful.
That's
and I
nice.
thank God for that experiance. Yeah. So love is beautiful. It's supposed to be calm.
Wani nani tumpongeze? Where upcoming mnasikia? The competition is higher.
I'd encourage you to fall in love or to love and to be loved.
That's nice. Yeah, love is a beautiful thing. Yeah. So number 3, I think the third thing I've learned about love it doesn't have a negative side. And I know this might be a bit contradicting, but if you and somebody else are in love, regardless of whether it's your spouse or your friend, love will not accommodate negative stuff. Love always accommodates what's beautiful. Like, umenikosea, the first thing I will do is not yell at you. I'll try and understand why you did it. You're mad at me or I'm mad at you. We'll try and understand why you're mad, not get mad at each other and not talk to each other again.
Whatever you said, it's not supposed to be negative, especially because I think love requires us to be vulnerable, sana. And it allows us to like be naked, not in the naked. When you unshed layers of yourself and be unajionyesha kwa huyu mtu. And for them to see you and to affirm you, acknowledge when you're being vulnerable, I feel like it's a very nice thing. And if you are doing that and this person, maybe that's not love. If you are doing this, if you're being vulnerable, if you are showing yourself to this person, and this person, the response is not this, the response is supposed to be warm, but if it's not that, then question, is that really love? Trusting them with these things, and then
now they're just a random stranger. Point number 4 is love is quite emotive. And to me, I usually tell myself, if love was like a human being, it would be women. Why I say it would be a woman? One, a man, I don't know, like for a man to get to a point of loving, I feel like they go through a lot of like stages. But for a woman, it just takes small things. And I feel like that's what love is.
It's the small things.
Yeah, so love is quite emotive. By emotive, I mean it shows a lot. Like the way you said, what we've said, it's a repeated series of actions. So a small action would just be an indicator to me that I feel like you're not appreciating me that much, or you don't love me that much, or something of a sort.
For me, you have to be really thoughtful, and that's on all accounts of love, friendship, nini, and even and thoughtfulness it comes like in a lot of things, whether it's good times, but you have to move with intention. You really have to move with intention, and being thoughtful, that's where my heart is. You really have to be thoughtful.
Kama ni wewe una eye kaptai, mmesikia mnapewa tips hapa, pro tip.
Number 5, I'll say, I'll echo what Lydia Kem always says: if you're going to be a lover, be a liver. Always stand by that. I don't know. You can extend grace maybe after me. Nakwanga strike 1, strike 2.
What do you guys mean when
it doesn't have to include suffering after grace? No. You'll find love. There's a lot of love out there. What's making you stay, especially in toxic relationships? Please leave.
But now my question is, what is that line between like I've given you much grace and the grace you're supposed to give somebody in a relationship or in a friendship?
But I feel like that shifts, and also it depends in grace on what grounds. I don't know. For me, I don't extend grace. It's just once, strike 1, warning, strike 2. I just like, you know what?
Yeah.
And something my dad always say to me: whatever one person saw, other 10 people will see. There's a lot of love out there.
I guys comment. Is that a good?
We're in our early 20s. I feel like we're too young to go through iso stress. Love. I feel like love is supposed to be beautiful. And even if it's hard times, I feel like hard times should not involve like toxicness. Ama vitu basic ati kama sijui cheating and what. I feel like inafaa kwa labda maybe kitu gani? Say you have lost someone. Now we are going through. That's a rough patch. Babe, tutakula nini? We can't decide. That's a rough patch. But beating.
By the way,
lying.
I personally I'm a feminist. I know that one. I am quite loud about it. But what I always insist on, if somebody is yelling at you and we are like this age, and what makes you like in your sound mind, where does it tell you like you have the right to yell?
Mind you, your parents even don't yell at you. Why are you there? And always say, I don't know. I mean, I understand why a lot of love feels good, and I can understand your pressure wanting to stay, especially. But I always feel sad when I see a young person staying in a toxic. Why?
You're
19-year-old. You are posting false quotes, Mia.
Kenya is the people we shoot with. They offer space production, everything you see. And this is a call to you, a young person who has a podcast or a brand you want to start and you need to shoot an interview, whatever that involves a space that needs to be rented out, and gadgets and microphones and cameras. This is the place that you should be. And considering it's a brand that we have started from scratch with it, I know for a fact the delivery of services is good. You guys see the quality of videos you upload. Come on, what other thing do you need?
If that's not proof enough,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think number 6 will be me insisting that you have to, love is from a selfless point, and also selfless and selfish point. Selfless in the fact that if I've put my mind and my heart to love you, I am giving it my all, as we said. And from a selfish point is, I think I always ask myself before I do something, like a major thing, how would I feel if it were me? So I'm always selfish in the aspect of, first I ask myself, like, how would I react? Like, for example, if I chose not to disclose something to a close friend, like, would I be happy if it was me who was not being told? So it's a selfless versus selfish kind of attribute, or rather action or emotion.
Number 7, I feel like love and respect go hand in hand.
Okay.
And let me elaborate that. I don't want kunajua venye unamwambia mtu anakupenda kufanya hivyo. I feel like love, it's not respect. Those are two different needs, but you have to respect your partner. There's a way you'll not, especially in all types of love, friendships, nini, in a relation. No, you have to not only think about yourself. Now there's other people involved. There's another person involved. There's a partner. There's a friend involved. So I feel like respect. Now whatever you do, now you have to be thinking about the other party as much as you are also your alone self. I feel like you respect, love and respect, man. Respect your partner. Some things you do, you are
zina sound too unrespectable.
Yeah, you know, most of the time the way I say, I want like a man who fears me. No, I'm not saying like that, but I feel like unavyo want to sema ati unajua mimi ati mtu anaambia tumekaliwa na bibi. I feel like hadi siku kaliwa, most of the men wanakuanga like hadi usiende home ati unajua ati bibi atajam ama atakukosea. As in there's that respect. I have a wife at home. Nikifika hii time atakuwa shalala, sasa kwanza kumwamsha.
Yeah.
I respect my wife. I will not do this because I respect my wife.
Not because you think nimekaliwa.
Sometimes you want to do something nini hadi inaweza kuwa labda kwa social media to nini, but uko like inaweza disrespectful.
Yeah.
So I feel like respect and love should go hand in hand.
Yeah.
There are things you will not do if you respect your partner. You won't go at flirting with everybody. Kila mtu ule jonja nani ningi manzi yake usurvive. Yani people are speaking about because you are
what I would enjoy.
I feel like
I never want to be on the receiving end of that.
At every time your wife, no, you are alert because tunamwogopa. No, if you respect her, I feel it's more about respect. It's not even more about fear. I feel like it's more about respecting. I've come to a bonus point 8. I've come to realize that if you don't love yourself, most of the times you won't love this person fully. You have to love yourself so that you can love another person.
Yeah. Quite true. Thank you so much and enjoy this episode, and please make sure to watch the episode that we have featured Bob. He is the mind and the CEO and the founder of
Kenya.
Yeah.
Also, if you're not feeling loved this February,
we love you.